We've been in spring for a little bit now, really getting that pep back in our step. I'm just waiting for everybody to get into the chat because today our reading is based on the first oracle card that came out at me this morning, which said, I'm funny and calm, new daily affirmations and mantras. So I'm on my period. This is my affirmation and mantra today. I'm funny and calm. Those are the only things I'm expecting of myself. I think a lot of times when we're on like a new path and we're saying like, oh, I made this great big decision and everything's changing, we're feeling super motivated, but the change that happens isn't going to be like in the snap of a finger. Everything has to fall into place. So everything is falling into place, but when I'm in the 3D, I can find myself going a little stir crazy and being like, am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? Whatever. Hey, relax. I'm funny and calm. I feel like a lot of times too, we forget when we're leveling up, that energy is really exhausting. So even though you're doing the right thing and you're on the right path and you're putting in this energy that's quote unquote masculine energy, it's still exhausting. Just because you have the energy doesn't mean you're not stressed out or tired from using it up. Happy Tuesday. Duck Taylor 2220 is back. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, we are going based off of this tarot card, or sorry, this oracle card I pulled, which is new daily affirmations and mantras. This one says, I'm funny and calm. This is my go-to. I made it up years ago and it works when I'm in like a good place, a bad place, a stressful place, an excited place. It's good for everything. And I'm on my period right now. And if you don't know the symbolism between like shedding your lining, you're shedding all of the old things that don't serve you. Okay, that was a confirmation squeak from my puppy. Good job, buddy. And so, hang on, let me throw it. You've been using funny and calm so much. Okay, thank you. It does help when those are your only things that you have to like work on. Because for me, some of the affirmations, they're great, but they get a little too beautiful, a little too out there. They're like, I am made of the same materials as the stars in the sky. And I'm like, that's so true. But that's not helping me when I'm panicking for like an exam or something. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going off of. If you're just joining, we are going off of new daily affirmations and mantras. This one is I'm funny and calm. Hi, highly game worthy. And then let's start smoking a little bit before we get into the reading too much. Like I said, I haven't pulled the cards yet. This is just the card we're going to work with and go off of, which is I'm funny and calm, mantras and affirmations. Welcome back. Oh my gosh, I see all these familiar names. It's so good to see you guys. We got Small Muffin, Highly Game Worthy, Duck Taylor. Hell yeah. And anyone else who's in the chat who hasn't made themselves known yet, thank you for being here. We are going to be smoking. I obviously have my gravity bong. I know it looks dirty. I promise it's not, well, maybe the glass is dirty, but the water's not. We're going to be hitting whatever grass you have, or if you want to use a pen or whatever you have. Also, we're going off of this I'm funny and calm. My dog with the confirmation squeaks, so cute. Here, buddy, go get it over there. And then keep it over there, if you will. Okay. Should I make potato fritters or baked mac and cheese for a side with chicken today? Potato fritters, silly goose. I'm a potato queen. So that's all I'm going to say. I look like an 80s actress. Thank you. A lot of people say, just in the past 2 days, not like in my whole life, but a lot of people say like in the past 2 days, oh, your hair is like 80s hair. Okay, period. Absolutely. So today I am mixing my green dragon. This is my LA drip. I'm just like really into this one right now. But, you know, I'm sure I'll get tired of it soon. Basically what I do is I go through like the same strain over and over and over until I get tired of it. Someone said, I'm confused. Your face says woman. No, your voice says woman, but your face says man. Why is that confusing? What's confusing about that? That's not accurate to my biology, but if that's what I look like, why is that confusing? Okay. No, I didn't. I've never considered a nose job because if I had a nose job, I wouldn't be able to like sniff out the bullshit. Okay, so I am currently grinding up Miss Grass. This is some Miss Grass Bud. It's their Space Rocks. It's going to be like a hybrid vibe. And then this is, it's still a hybrid. This is the LA Drip. I think it actually might lean, I feel like it leans sativa because of the energy it gives me, but who knows? Who cares? It makes me feel good. Ooh, retired Red Angela is back in the chat. Hello. Welcome, everybody, if you're just joining. We are smoking some grass. I am using my student glass gravity bong. I know it looks really dirty. The water is clean. The glass is dirty. Leave me alone. If I'm smoking mold, I'm sorry. It only affects me, not you. And then aside from that, we will be elaborating on I'm funny and calm as the mantra. All right, go ahead and take a hit of whatever you're smoking on right now. And then if you're new to Awake and Bake, our mantra for the day is I'm funny and calm. I came up with that a few years ago, and it works if you're in a good situation, bad situation, stressed out, happy, bored, excited. It works for everything because you make it so that your only two real goals or intentions for the day are to stay calm and have a sense of humor. You would be so surprised how that elevates the fuck out of you. Wedding cake is one of my favorite. Blackberry Kush is also one of my favorites. Whoever said I'm smoking crack, you are funny as hell, but please don't. Indica for sleep, sativa for energy. Yeah, I mean, that's like kind of like the standard, I guess, like golden rule. I always say like sativa diva, indica into couch if I'm trying to explain to somebody who's like, if you're a beginner and you don't know what you're looking for, sure. Sativa for energy, indica for relaxing or for sleep. However, everything's a hybrid and the terpenes really make it like a huge difference. Like there's a ton of sativas that to me feel like an indica because they're pumped with like the terpenes that are indica based terpenes. But yeah, I do try to just, in general, if people are still learning, I try to remind them like indica into couch, sativa diva, like we're up and partying and dancing. I work out when I'm high. Yeah, no, exactly. So I work out the best. I do everything the best after I've smoked a little bit. And the reason for that is too, it helps with mind-muscle connection. So when you're using cannabis, especially like your endocannabinoid system is all over your body. It's a very physical reaction as well. So if you're struggling with mind-muscle connection, I already packed it, then a little bit of is great. Also, exercise enhances your high, if you didn't know that. Yeah, everything is a hybrid. There's no real true indicas or sativas anymore. Everything's just like dominant one or the other. But that's still kind of, you know, until the whole world catches up to that, I'll still just kind of give people the little sativa, diva, indica, into couch. Okay. Go ahead and take a hit. Look at this. And Skywalker. Yeah, Skywalker OG is a classic. I love that. My favorite strain, if I had to pick like a sativa strain, I love a good Maui Wowie, especially from up north. They have a really good Maui Wowie. And then if I had to do like one specific indica, I don't know. It would be really hard. It would be like very, very hard because I feel like there's just like so many. So the reason I'm using a torch, if you were curious, I saw some of the comments asking about it. You use a torch for like a gravity bong because just the light of a flame, it's not strong enough for like all of the water pressure and everything. Or you're at least wasting like more butane. It's like a lot harder to light and then it ends up like the flame kind of goes everywhere. So, let me see. Let me read some of these. Jack Herrera for sativa is great. Cereal milk is one of my favorites. Cereal milk to me is like such a good just like chill after work strain. And yeah, I would say I smoke like all day long too, but like I'm not just sitting here smoking. I use my gravity bong, so I'll like walk by it, take one or two hits, then go like put laundry away or something, play with my dog so you can hear squeaking in the background. And then when I walk by it again, I'll take like another couple hits. So it's just always out and I'm always able to do it whenever I want. Hey, my sweet little boy, do you think you could squeak that a little quieter? Just a little quieter. I love you. Okay, now I'm gonna take a hit. And I know like there's some that are still singular, but I just mean for the most part where you're buying in a dispensary is all going to be like a hybrid of some kind. All right, let's take a hit. White Widow is so good. White Widow is one of my favorites. Gorilla Glue. You guys are naming such good strains. The hard thing is too, when you find a brand that you really like, sometimes their strains aren't like the common ones, but they're crossing it with common strains. So like my actual like favorite sativa strain is called Alpine Sunrise. but it feels like an indica. It's from a Golden State. So it's called like Alpine Sunrise, and it has a fuck ton of linalool in it. But then also, there's another one from a Golden State, and it's in a red container. I'm struggling to think of what. Lava Flower. Oh my God, Lava Flower is so good. That shit, fantastic. If you're somebody who loves a sativa, wants to be awake, but you don't want like the anxiety aspect of it, Lava Flower and Alpine Sunrise are fantastic strains. I can't even tell you what they're crossed with because I literally don't know. Because I'm so used to just those names of them. I buy them so frequently. The fun part is when you get pens and carts, you keep getting the same brand for weeks, and then you get a tolerance. Yes. So you can always, instead of taking like a tolerance break, you can switch your method of intake, which I love doing. I do that all the time. You're really not going to catch me in a tolerance break. If I'm taking a tolerance break, that means I'm doing edibles for 1 or 2 days, and then I'm going to go back to flower. Or maybe I'll dab for like a couple weeks, and then I'm going to go back to flower. But dabbing doesn't really hit me that hard. If anything, I get like a little high at first, in the first few minutes, and then after that, it's like nothing. Like when I hit a pen, that's for maintenance. That's not for like an effect. Like pens don't do much to me, even if they're like rosin pens, resin pens. I don't really care. Like they just, I don't know. It doesn't do a lot for me, but it's better than nothing. It definitely helps. It's just not as strong. And then dabbing actually can be a really healthy process. I know some people are a little bit concerned. It depends on what you're dabbing. So I only dab live rosin. So when it comes to rosin, there's no additives and there's no type of like, they're not adding butane or anything in it to like, God, the word escapes me, but to like suck it out, you know what I mean? There's nothing like that. So when you're doing like pure, clean, live rosin, they take the nug straight off the tree. So live means they cut it right there and then they put it between like 2 hot plates, or sometimes people do like water rosin, but the hot plates are the common way that you do it. Extract, thank you. The extraction process, I couldn't think of the damn word. You're not using anything like butane or CO2 to extract it, right? So with rosin, if it's live, then just say this is your weed plant. You're gonna cut it straight from here, put that bitch between 2 hot plates, and the wax that comes out is the THC that gets you high. That's like the most potent part, okay? But if you cut it off the tree and then you quote unquote cure it, which means you put it through the whole process of getting it ready to sell, then you put it like between the extraction process, that's still like rosin. It just might not be live, because live is when you cut it right there, right off the tree and start the process. So what I'm saying is, if you are smoking dabs and it is rosin, I like live rosin, but if it just says rosin, you're fine, okay? Then that is the cleanest, most pure way to consume dabs or cannabis. And actually, it's a little bit healthier for you, depending on the process you use. It's a little bit easier on your lungs as well, because you don't have like all the harshness of the rest of the plant. It's a little bit smoother, but it also depends, like I said, on your method of intake. Like if you're just doing like, I know way back in the day, I used like a nectar collector. I don't really know if that was like working so well. Like I don't know how that was going, because now I use like e-rigs, which they heat up very slowly. They are like glass and ceramic on the inside. If you use Puffco or if you use the Carta, I use both of those, then yeah, it's just like a lot better for you that way. But what I'm trying to say is it is okay to dab. It's not bad for you, especially if you're doing rosin. That way especially is like the cleanest, most pure way. But everyone is different, so. The dab straw. Yeah, I like my rig more. I have this dab straw. It's literally called like the terp pen. So it's not a nectar collector. It's called like the terp pen. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It didn't really work that well for me. I prefer just like a normal rig. But I don't like the OG rigs that you have like the nail in and you have to like torch that shit, because it just takes too long. It's so much to set up. So I personally use like an electric one, or you can use a nectar collector like I did back in the day. Back in the day, I says. I was an adult. I'm reading these comments, and some of them are so sweet. Some of them are crazy. The rigs do get dirty. Here's my thing. My glass gets so dirty. It's crazy. Okay, let me grab these cards that came out. Was it just 2? I thought we had 3. Okay, we'll do these 2. Okay, so the first card that I pulled says, none of my business. Let me grab a snack. Let me hydrate. Let me focus on myself. Yeah, okay, period. So Our mantra today is I'm funny and calm. Keep that in mind, okay? That means to me, whatever else, like bullshit is going on, whatever stuff is clouding your mind, whatever stuff has been like, I don't know, like kind of just like fogging up your pathway of thinking and like thinking clearly, just fuck it. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? None of your business. Grab a snack. Focus on yourself. Honestly, focus on the right now. Just focus on right now. That's literally all that you can do. Like, that's the other thing. There's a Roxy Talks quote, and it's, I am the what and the now, not the when or the how. I can only focus on what I'm doing right now. I can't focus on when it's going to happen, how exactly it's going to happen, because honestly, that shit's just out of my hands. But I can focus on what I am doing right now to get myself there in alignment with that goal. Someone said, what earrings are you rocking? I bought these little charms. It's the sun little tarot card, and I put it on little earring things. So that's what it is. It's the little sun tarot. I love buying charms and then making them into earrings because people never have the type of earrings I want. I have a really specific like style for my earrings. I like it to be gold, but it doesn't need to be like bougie gold. Like I don't need to be like, ooh, crazy real gold diamonds, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like I just like the color gold, and I also like witchy vibes, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I don't know. I'm not even gonna try because I can't explain it. What is your most favorite tattoo? My most favorite tattoo? I think this will be my most favorite when I finish it. When it's completely done, I do think this will be my favorite. My most sentimental favorite one is the Monstera. It's matching with my husband, and it has 11 petals, and on the Monstera, and then the vine around it has 11 petals because our birthdays are on the 11th. Yeah, I don't know though. I like them all. I really love my weed fairy. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's take a hit. And then I will say this, I'm going to look this up for us right now. So this Green Dragon LA Drip Hybrid, let's see what it leans. Indica or sativa. I use this one for parties when I'm trying to impress people. So if I'm like, I love parties. I've thrown one party in my adult life, and it wasn't even a party. It was recently. It was a little housewarming, like, kickback. It was not even a party. I'm going to look up the strain. You can always just Google your cannabis information. Everything is, like, Googleable. Does my husband smoke? He can't with his job, but but when he's not working, like, when he isn't, well, honestly, that hasn't happened in a while. But, like, say that he is on, like, leave or something when he used to be in the military. He could then, or when he was in between jobs, he can. He likes it, but he just can't because of work. Okay, let's see. LA Drip. Strain. Ooh, it's like supposed to be really balanced. It's supposed to be like a 50-50. Okay. Oh my God, Leafly reviews are so good. I love reading. Like, Leafly is just such a good website, honestly. I learn a lot of shit from there. And when you're in, like, bud tender training or just in the cannabis industry, they have you go on Leafly and, like, do a lot of training stuff on there. Yes, we both have birthdays on the 11th, and our birthdays, like, rhyme a little bit because he's 2/11/97 and I'm 10/11/97. So it's kind of cute. So anyway, I like LA Drip for like if you're having people over or you're going to socialize. The reason that I like this is because it says it's like a 50-50 hybrid, which I can honestly see that. You get the relaxing effect, so you're not like on edge. And also if you're somebody like me who gets like dinosaur arms and high shoulders and stuff like that. Callie baby, thank you for the gift. But if you're somebody who gets like physically really tense, it helps a lot with that. But the little sativa in there is so good for socializing. You're not going to get sleepy. I know for me, that's my thing is like, I love smoking with people, but if I get sleepy, I'm like, and now we have to go and now I look like I can't hang. But really, I just didn't pay enough attention to what I was smoking. With this, I think you're good for socializing. Snag them up. Hi, love you too. Thanks for being here, guys. So if you're just joining, we are smoking some Mistgrass, some Green Dragon. I mix them together. I have them in my student glass gravity bong right here. I don't want to show it too much because I don't really know what the rules are. And then I'm using my really cute pink torch. The puny little flame kills me every time. Go ahead and take a hit. I put charms on my bong. It's so cute. I would show you, but then you'll see how dirty it is. Hi, everybody who's just joining. I hope you guys are all gardening friendly because this is a gardening channel. Okay. Let's elaborate on these cards a little bit. So this deck I'm holding is a cannabis deck. Let me show you. We got, like, look, all of the cards have cannabis names on them. GSC, Girl Scout cookies. White Sour. I just saw one that said RSO. This is True Kush. So it's like pretty fucking cool. Face Off OG, yes, love. I'm waiting to see like some of my favorite strains on here instead of just like ones I know. Okay. Let's ask the cards. Gardening and the wisdom of the universe. No, exactly. And that's okay if you haven't heard of these strains. I wouldn't know most of the strains that I do know if I didn't work in the industry. Before I started like professionally working in the industry, I just thought I knew everything, and I was like really not cocky, but like I guess confident. And I lived in San Diego at this time. So picture this, bitch. It's like 2021, 2022. I'm living in San Diego. I start this cannabis channel, and I'm like, oh, if you're just joining, this live is we are pulling tarot and smoking weed, talking about the universe, getting high. So when I first started in the industry, I walked into a dispensary because I hadn't actually started my professional work yet. I just made a channel where we were supposed to, you know, smoke weed and talk about the universe. I go into the dispensary, I look these bitches dead in the eye, and I'm like, yeah, I have a really high tolerance. You got anything over 30% THC? And they'd be like, I mean, yeah, but we have some other stuff that's really good if you're okay with like a 22%, a 15%. And I'd be like, that doesn't do shit for me. Trust me, I'm a seasoned vet. I didn't know what I was talking about. I did not know what I was talking about. But then, you know, I took some time to educate myself, and then we moved to the Central Coast. And there was a dispensary I really wanted to work at. It was woman-owned, operated, and LGBTQ friendly. It's supposed to be minority friendly all the way around. So I was like, that's fucking awesome. And you would have thought that I was applying for like this big fancy corporate job for like Bank of America type thing, where it's like, if I don't get this job, like I'll never be able to feed my family and my children, and I have 12 children at home, and I'm also a foster parent who's about to lose the house. The way I walked in there, and I said, first of all, I had my little resume. I was wearing this really cute little outfit. I had this super cute collared little like mini short dress, but it was giving like professional but still cute. My purse was hella cute. It matched my shoes. I had my resume, and I had all my socials pulled up on a little card. And I was like, hi, I'm Danny. I have the Awakening podcast. It's available on all podcast streaming platforms, wherever you get your podcast, also on YouTube, which I don't have the podcast anymore. It's just YouTube. And then I was like, I think that our business missions really align, and I really love the direction that my channel is headed with in alignment to like your business. I think we could do some great work together. And I basically just like walked in, shook one of the, not even managers. This girl was a lead. Hey, Raven, if you're watching, you know who you are. She was like a bud tender who's also like a shift lead, but like not like a manager. And I basically just gave my whole interview to her in one sitting, like shook her hand and everything. And she was like, okay, period. Like, you're so cool. I will pass this along. And then I heard, like, that week I, like, heard back, and it was great. It was so funny, though, because she was probably overwhelmed. Like, hey, queen, I can't hire you, but I will give this to the ups who will. And that's exactly what she did. And I'm really grateful for that because I learned so much there. Like, working in a dispensary, like, hands-on. Also, the dispensary I worked at, there weren't, like, it was set up like a grocery store. You know how most times you go to a dispensary, you go up to the counter and you're like, can I have this and this and this? The dispensary that I worked at, you walked in, grab a shopping cart, everything's just open on the shelves. You just fill up your cart and then you go check out. So it was really nice because I got to learn so much shit. I got to like be really hands-on with the guests. I got to be really involved in cannabis education for the guest as well. And so when people come in with like medicinal needs, I would be like, if somebody said, oh, I have a doctor's note, I have Parkinson's, what do you recommend? I'd be like, oh, perfect, let's go look at some CBG tinctures, because I know most people at that age don't want to start smoking like off the rip. So a tincture is going to be best because it's still going to be really potent, but it's not the same thing as like an edible where you have to wait hours and hours. A tincture is going to set in quicker, that kind of thing. Thank you for saying I'm your favorite LGBTQ streamer, but I do want to clarify, I'm not a member of the community. I'm just an ally. Like, I love them very much. But I am like a straight woman as far as I know. By the time I realized I liked women, I was already married and it wasn't that deep. So my husband's name is Zay. So when people ask what my sexuality is, I just say I'm Zay-sexual. Okay. So if you're just joining us and you missed the part about what this whole episode was kind of originating on, it's I'm funny and calm. That's the mantra we're working with. So new affirmations and mantras for your day. We're doing I'm funny and calm for right now. Okay, I'm not trying to start shit. You are. This says copycat alert. I think, honestly, we've been talking about, because this card says it's none of my business, let me grab a snack and just relax. I think that's honestly correct. Just mind your business right now. There's someone or something in your orbit. I'm not saying that they're necessarily like copying you as in like you just bought a blue car and now they have a blue car. I'm just saying like you decided to make this career shift and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, no, I think I'm going to do that too. I think I'm also going to become a nurse. And it's like, that's okay, period, queen. And then you're like, yeah, so I'm going to become a nurse. So I just enrolled at this nurse school. And they're like, yeah, I think I also just enrolled in that nurse school yesterday. All I'm saying is you can't outdo the doer. You can't really replicate like the true original artist. So don't worry about it too much. I think you need to just mind your business and like honestly not pay attention to it, because this copycat person, they're not able to successfully copy. Does that make sense? People might even notice that there's copying going on, or they might not, but it doesn't matter because this person's gonna fail at it like they always do. I actually think they've copied you before, and it wasn't even anything crazy, but it was shit that's like, you even knew. You were like, they're only doing this really because I want to do this, and that's fine. That's fine. And then they don't even like continue on. It's like they start it, and then they start this project, and then they just move on without finishing it. It's something like that, okay? And then I have divine intervention. So again, you don't need to like, oop, I'm shaking the camera. You don't need to do anything about this. The divine will, okay? The universe is going to handle this. Because this situation, it's not something that's extremely serious, as in like your life's not in danger. It's not going to be like plagiarism on an assignment. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I'm sorry, I just got a glimpse of the comments. I don't think this is anything that you personally need to handle. Only thing you need to do is like walk away. Only thing you need to do is like set the boundary and like make a decision for yourself. The universe is going to handle the rest and put this bitch in its place. Okay? And then I have orgasm incoming. Just release your pent-up energy, babe. This could mean many things. If you have an orgasm incoming, period. Now for me, pent-up energy is about to be released. When we finish this stream, I'm going to my first ever acupuncture appointment. I'm very nervous and I'm very excited. So one of my best friends, she teaches me a lot about traditional Chinese medicine. She is Chinese and she is just so fucking smart and like aware of things. She also goes through chronic illness. If you guys deal with Lyme disease or any autoimmune issues or chronic issues, I highly recommend looking up, what is it fucking, she just changed the name. Let me look it up really quick. I think it's like Lyme Life. Into the Lyme Life. We're going to figure this out right now together. But her name's Lizzie, and she was telling me that acupuncture, if it's done well, it can do things for you, like even emotionally. So like she goes to it and then she said that like they'll put something right here, but then I don't know. This isn't where she said, but say that they put something in you right here and then you feel like a release like over here, or they put something like right here and then all of a sudden like mentally you feel like clarity or some shit. I'm just really intrigued to see what it is. So I have my first appointment right after this, and I think it's going to help me release a lot of energy. It's called Living the Lyme Life. Let me pull up their page. So it's run by my best friend Lizzie and her little sister. Her little sister's name is Zoe, and I believe both of their socials are linked. If you guys are ever interested, Living the Lyme Life. But yeah, I am going to acupuncture after this, and I am super excited. Whoever said like this is witchcraft, it is. Yes. Yes, this is witchcraft. And then we're doing witchcraft and we're smoking weed, and we are uplifting the LGBTQ. So if that is stuff that sounds like it's up your alley, go ahead and stay. But yes, this is witchcraft. We are smoking weed. We do love the girls, gays, and theys, and we do love people of all colors, backgrounds, shapes, sizes. Okay. I think when I go to my acupuncture appointment, though, I'm not going to smoke a sativa. I think I'm going to smoke an indica so that I can really, like, be in my body. So when we start to close out this stream, not right now, but when we do, I will go grab an indica and kind of, like, close it out that way. But I'm so excited. If you've ever done acupuncture, please let me know. I have no idea what to expect. It's okay. It's okay if they call this witchcraft. It is. You don't think if you didn't smoke weed, you could really be in your body without that? I think I could be in my body without weed, but I don't want to. Okay, so I see what you're saying. I think I could be in my body without weed. I'm smoking a sativa right now. So it's very, like, stimulating and energizing. And I would like to be more physically relaxed and a little bit more physically, like, I want my body to be more relaxed, if that makes sense. So, I actually grew up Catholic. I'm seeing the comments about witchcraft and, like, Christianity. But I grew up in the Catholic Church. That's witchy as fuck. We were drinking blood. We were drinking wine and they were like, no, it's blood. Now eat this bread. It's his body. I said, bitch. That's culty as hell. It's all one and the same. Yeah, no. And you know what's funny about Catholicism? It's so culty and witchy. It's not like normal church. Normal church, for, like, what I've heard of Christians, you, like, talk to people. You say, like, oh, hey, how you doing? How was your son's basketball game? Who's this? You know what I mean? Like, you like, mingle. You don't do that at Catholic Church. Obviously, Catholic wine is not blood. We're told it's blood. They bless it so it becomes the blood. My entire family is Catholic. I was baptized by my Catholic grandfather. I'm not going to, like, argue about Catholicism when I know what it is, but how fucking funny is this? This is you. All Catholic Church, you just sit, stand, kneel, stand, sit, stand, kneel, chant, drink blood, eat the body, and chant, and you don't make friends. It's giving very culty. It's giving what people think is witchcraft. And I do practice witchcraft. And it's just over here, it's just me being intentional. It's so funny. I love, like, how funny, because all religion is, like, trying to do the same thing. It has the same goal. So demonizing, like, being like, well, witchcraft is horrible, but this is okay. It's so funny. And then we're going to elaborate a little bit on these cards. If you're just joining us today, our mantra or our intention, the affirmation is, I'm funny and calm. That's your little daily affirmation. I do have tattoo spells on my body. Yes, I do. And then our vibe for today is very much like, yeah, the chat is being, like, really annoying. It's okay, guys. But yeah, you are funny as fuck. You are a joker. You're right. You're funny and calm. I saw somebody chat and say, how is your mantra? I'm funny and calm, but you're so energized. Like, you're on one. You are so right. Duck Taylor, you are correct about it going back to early pagan stuff. You are completely correct. Ooh. Wait, I need to see what this one says. This says, how many signs is it going to take for you to get the message? Guys, this is the visual that I just got. I got a visual of somebody watching this fucking stream and being like, no, I really was doing too much and I'm too stressed out and overworked. I really should just like rest today, as you're writing your to-do list for the rest of the day and the things you're going to do as soon as you finish watching this stream that doesn't have anything to do with resting. I see you. That's the visual I just got. How many times is it going to take? How many signs is it going to take for you to get the fucking message? And then this one that came out right after says, congrats on letting go of what weighed you down. Oh my God, yes. We've been talking about, like, we've been talking about that for like going on upwards of 2 weeks at this point. So I know that when we talk about like letting go of what weighs you down, I've been saying the whole time, things are going to get so much easier so fast. It is, okay? But it might not feel that way. I think by the time that you're like more healed, you'll be like, you know, it's like right now the goggles, the vision is gray instead of rose colored. So you're just seeing it as like, this shit is hard. More challenges are piling up. More situations are getting a little bit more stressful and I'm handling them, but barely, bitch. Once you're out of this, you're going to look back and be like, isn't it crazy how I made that one decision and then all these blessings and opportunities just came in for me? Like, that's crazy. It just might not feel that way now. Right now, it might just feel like stress. It might just feel like another thing to do in another stressful event that you have like expectations and obligations around. Someone said I didn't take my Adderall today so I can rest, yet I'm still doing my to-do list in my mind. No, and that's so fair. I'm literally always having a to-do list in my mind, but also like I just leave them around the house. Like they're on whiteboards, they're on different pieces of paper, multiple notebooks. You're gonna find them everywhere. Richard, welcome. Anybody who's just joining us, hi. So if you are new here, what we are doing is we are going over our affirmation of the day, which is I'm funny and calm. And we're kind of just getting some elaboration on that. Like, okay, that's a cool affirmation. That's a cool intention. It's a cool mantra, but why? What's the story behind it? And then while we're getting some elaboration, pulling oracle cards, we are also smoking weed. This is a cannabis channel. On this channel, not only do we smoke cannabis, but I love to just like talk about cannabis education as well. We really, as a whole, need to destigmatize the cannabis industry. I would love to do an episode about that especially, but I don't know if that's going to be something we can do on chat because it gets a little wild in the chat sometimes. My girlfriend is Catholic and she said she got blindfolded once at like a retreat or something. Yeah, was she at Kairos? I didn't go to that because I didn't go to that. But my friends did and my siblings did. And it's like it's a thing. I know, right? I do talk fast. I apologize. I think it's like the neurodivergence because I've been smoking weed this whole time. Have I tried streaming on Twitch? I haven't tried streaming on Twitch, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't know anything about Twitch, and I'm very scared. And I'm going to tell you why. What I do know about Twitch, it's like the chat. Like, if I thought this chat was intense, I feel like that would be more intense. I don't know. And also, like, my husband is a video gamer, and he used to stream on there, and I don't play video games, so I kind of thought that's, like, all, like, it was really for, but... Okay, let's see what we got going on. Period. Take a fucking hit and then I'm gonna get into this. Thank you for saying that you like my tattoos. I am getting a tattoo tomorrow, right before we go live. So I'm gonna come home after getting the tattoo. I'm getting this like area filled. There's a just chatting section now. Wait, what do you mean? Explain this to me. And what is everybody smoking? If you're just joining, I'm smoking some Miss Grass. This is their hybrid, or they call it all times for hybrid, and it's Space Rocks. And then I'm mixing it with my LA Drip from Green Dragon, which is also like a hybrid. This is like a 50-50. Thank you for saying you like my chest tattoo. I'm getting it finished like next month, I think. So can we talk about how the strain GLP strawberry cough, I thought you were about to say like GLP-1. like the weight loss drug, and I was like, that's a strain. Someone said, what's the percentage? THC percentage on these? I don't pay attention to that a lot. So 28 on LA Drip and 27 on All Times Space Rocks. The terps are 2% on this one and 1.6 on this one. Danica, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. I am actually hanging out with you guys and kind of prepping for my day right now because I am getting my first ever, and I'm a little nervous about it, acupuncture appointment right after this. Twitch lets you show more smoking content. Really? Wow, I didn't know that. Is it, okay, not to sound like a dumb bitch, is it possible to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time? Or would I just need to be using like 2 different devices? Yeah, I'm getting acupuncture. I've never tried it. So if anyone's tried it, please let me know what you think. My friend who recommended it said if it's done correctly, you shouldn't even feel it. You just feel like the pressure releasing, but you don't feel like the needle and stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm also on my period. It's day 1 of my period right now, guys. And at first I was like, fuck, like, am I not going to be able to do it? Because I don't know how that's going to affect it. But Google said it's the opposite. Google said that you can actually get your acupuncture done on your period for like the best results. So I was like, okay, Google. You can stream on both. That's really cool. Okay, guys, well, we might have to start streaming on both because that would be very fun. And then if you're just joining us in the chat, let me know what you're smoking. Hate to promo someone else, and I don't know if he's still on Twitch, but I used to watch Cupins, and there was a Kush streamer. I've heard of them, of that streamer, but I've never, like, watched. Wait, yeah, wait. Maybe I did. Who's the dude with the accent? Who's the dude that's like, and then I'm going to teach you about how to smoke out of this bong. And it's kind of good, but you just got to do it the right way. Who is that guy? That's who I would watch. He does really cool, like, short videos. I know he goes on Twitch, but I've never seen his Twitch. Underboss 25. Thank you. Ooh, eating edibles, strawberry runs, double Durban Kush. Nice. Do you guys have certain brands you like, or do you just prefer strains? I'm reading the comments, sorry. Guys, this is hot water. Again, if you're just joining, I have some Miss Grass Space Rocks and some Green Dragon. Oh my God, some Green Dragon LA Drip. Don't judge me for smoke or for coughing. You ain't choking, you ain't smoking, okay? Yeah, this is hot water. It's supposed to be, again, it's traditional Chinese medicine. I did not make this up. And I learned about it from my best friend who is Chinese. So I promise I'm not just like saying bullshit. Holy fuck. This changes like if you were ever bloated, that'll fix it. If you didn't know you were bloated, you will know, because when you drink that, all of a sudden you're like, I'm snatched. You know that meme of, I think it's Phaedra from Real Housewives of Atlanta? She's like, that's what you feel like. I'm reading some of these comments. And my face just went straight to fucking Chris Simpson talking about clear up my face and then I'll be pretty. I have no pimples on my face. These are all just scars. Because I have PCOS and endometriosis. And so I have like reproductive hormone issues. So thanks for hurting my feelings. Everyone take a hit. But also, actually, no. I need to go over these. And this card that I just pulled before says, someone in your orbit sucks, admit it. And it was that Chris Simpson bitch. But no, I think someone in your orbit sucks, admit it, was referring to before when I said there's a copycat in your orbit. I think that's kind of what it is. Like, it's not somebody who's like your sworn enemy. It's just, they suck, admit it. Now this one says, be selfish right now. No, exactly. You're funny and calm. That's your only focus for today. That's what this whole episode has been about. We just keep reiterating the original card, I'm funny and calm. This is your mantra for the day. And you know what? With being selfish comes a negative connotation, and we're going to break that. It's only negative because society says like, oh, well, you're not supposed to give a fuck about yourself. If you are like taking too long caring about yourself, then that's negative and you shouldn't do that because like then you're just basically neglecting everyone else. No, bitch, you can't take care of other people if you're neglecting yourself. Fuck all that shit. Mariah's here. Hi, honey. Someone said, I'm on shrooms and you're making me happy. Thanks. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. You're so cool. That's so cool. I hope you're having a great time. So I don't do shrooms right now because of the medicine I'm on. It doesn't mix well, but I do love them. And when I very first started trying them, I lived in Oakland, and there's a church there. The church is a weed and shroom church called the Zide Door. So if you guys live there, or if you're visiting, join the church, then you can go legally purchase it. It's at least more legal. It's a little bit more protected because it's like part of your religion. Same thing, like there's certain religions you can join so that certain rights are more protected. So anyway, they have shamans there who can lead you through it and everything. I didn't do that, but I did really love the whole experience of going to a shroom church. And like they had pews. Crazy. But I can't do shrooms right now because of my meds. So have fun on them for me. Someone said, you used to live in Berkeley. Berkeley's beautiful. Wow, nice. We used to go there all the time because it's like the tech bro area, and my husband is a nuclear engineer, but also all of his friends are like tech bros and like doctors and shit. So that's why we were over there. Highly game worthy 88, you're the coolest. Read some of these. Oh, wow, small muffin. Yeah, see, I didn't learn that the hard way about the shrooms. I just straight up asked my doctor because my doctor's cool as fuck. And she was like, yeah, it's cool that you smoke weed, or if you choose to use like plant medicine or psychedelics, just let me know so that we can either take you off of that medicine if it's going to not mix well, or so that we can like, say, hey, actually don't do that because we can't take you off that med. So I did ask her before I tried them, like this was like 3 years ago. So I haven't done shrooms in like almost 4 years. And I asked her and I was like, oh, hey, would I be able to do these shrooms? And she was like, it's completely up to you, obviously. But the studies done on your exact medication were all stopped because everybody started getting seizures. So there's not enough research on it, and the research that's there is not good. So, like, I would not recommend it. But it's, again, up to you. And if you do want to, like, get off of this medicine, we'll wean you off of it, and then you can do that. But I gotta be honest, at that point, I was like, I don't want to wean off of this shit. I wanted to do shrooms that weekend because my friend was in town. So I was like, it's cool. It's cool. But if it's ever like a thing where I feel like I really want to, I'll just, that's a great doctor. I agree. But so yeah, if I ever feel like I really want to do it again, I will. I'll just tell my doctor and she'll help me wean off of my meds briefly so I can do it. Which I think is like really cool. Because it's all medicine, you know what I mean? Like so our Western medicine all like comes from the plants and everything that grow naturally. So when people say like, I'm not saying you need to do Western or Eastern medicine, but it's like, it does all kind of stem from nature. So I appreciate when doctors aren't trying to just push like pills. You know what I mean? I appreciate when doctors are okay with like, yeah, go for something that's more holistic, or go for something that's like a different route. Why not? Yeah, everything essentially comes from the earth when you really think about it. Yeah, I think balance is good. Again, if like straight up medicine like from like a doctor doesn't work for you, I would never try to push that on you because everyone's bodies are so different. I will just say, like, with my specific health issues, I do need both. And so I love that all of my doctors are very pro plant medicine. They all also, they know that I smoke weed, so they won't even put me on anything that doesn't mix well with weed. And because they know I'm not going to stop smoking weed. Be a nuclear chemist. That's what my husband is. You do not need to apply makeup. Thank you. You're so cool. Thank you. If you're talking about Lois, that bad bitch, baby, Bubba, guess what someone in the chat just said? That I look like Lois from Family Guy. And then somebody else was like, be a nuclear chemist. I was like, my husband is. What? I know. That's so funny. Lois is a bad bitch. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so I am smoking some, if you're just joining us, I'm smoking Miss Grass. This is Space Rocks. I know that it's Space Rocks, like a rock from space, but what if it was like Space Rocks? And then I mixed it with this Green Dragon LA drip. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay. I'm using this spoon to scoop it because it's just like easier than getting your hands dirty, but it's just cannabis. I promise. I know it looks sus as fuck, but this big ass nose is not made for snorting, okay? I can't risk doing the blow and all that. It would make this, imagine if I fucked up this big fucking schnoz from doing coke. It would be so obvious. Like if you have a little fucking nose, whatever. If you have a big one and then it's all fucked up, couldn't be me. Coke scares, I would never do coke. It scares the fuck out of me. I'm not saying like fuck you if you have. I am scared. I'm terrified. I used to hang out with like a really crazy group of people. And I was like, whoa, I'm terrified. Not to say I'm perfect by any means. I did go to rehab, but not for substance abuse like that. For an eating disorder. It turns people mean and nasty. I agree. Well, that was my thing. Was like the people in my circle that were doing it were they were getting really violent and like really mean and really abusive, and I was just like terrified. Like I was genuinely so scared. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I would assume not everybody's like that. But yeah, that's why I couldn't do it, just because I was like, ooh, nope. And I'm somebody like, I don't really need to learn lessons the hard way, like, which is great. But at the same time, it does make me kind of like struggle to put myself in someone else's position who like say that you're a cokehead and you're currently struggling with it. I don't know what that's like, so I have no fucking advice for you. I would literally be like, you're gonna have to admit yourself somewhere. I have no idea what to do. You know what I mean? So that's where it hinders me, because I don't have that type of like life experience to be like, hey, I have some great advice. However, it's nice at least because I haven't gotten myself like too messed up in the process. But it also sometimes makes, I don't ever want to come off like a prude, because again, like, it's not like I'm judging people for their past or whatever. There were just certain things that I was terrified to do because I saw how it played out in front of me. That's also like, I stopped drinking before I turned 21. I was an alcoholic my junior year of high school. It was very bad. But I grew up around alcoholics, and as soon as I saw myself starting to act like that, my junior year, I was like, this seems very irresponsible. So I'm gonna stop doing that. And so I just stopped. So, reading some of these comments. Never done code. That's so funny. Yeah, I will say, chat believes in you do a backflip. Y'all want me to die? That's crazy. But yeah, I will say, like, no judgment if you're struggling with any type of substance abuse. That's got to be really hard. Just don't call me, bitch, because I will be like, oh, fuck, what do we do? Oh, we need to call someone. You need to go somewhere. I'm not equipped to handle this. I'll write you really sweet notes while you're going through it, though. Like, you know what I mean? The only thing I've ever done, guys, is cannabis and shrooms. And in college, I did do Adderall in college, but it was because I had an eating disorder and I wasn't like addicted to it. I got it from, I don't want to get legal shit involved, but I got it from somebody who had authority over me who shouldn't be like allowing me to have it. And they were recommending basically that it would help me lose weight. So I was like, I'll try it. And I was way too skinny, which is why I went to rehab. I didn't even like refill it because I didn't have a prescription for it. So like I tried it. I didn't need it. It made me feel really not good. And I started losing, because I was already at like 110 pounds and I was 5'8" at the time. Like I was in a car accident. So I lost a foot in height, but then I like wore things that like fixed it. So I was like, imagine like you're like 5'8" and like 110 pounds and they're still saying like to keep losing weight at school in your dance program. So that was like kind of why. So I tried it and then it did not go well for me physically. I had a really bad reaction to it and I ended up in the hospital. Just like a normal ER situation, not like a rehab situation. And then I self-admitted myself to rehab because I was like, this eating disorder has gone far, far past what I thought it was going to do. And now I can't even like exist. So I do have a lot of empathy for people who are struggling with any type of addiction and stuff. But that one experience scared the fuck out of me. Like I was like, if I can't even handle a prescription that people take on the daily like this, I would never be able to handle like the real shit on the street. You know what I mean? I'm too pussy for it, I guess. And that's just how it's gonna have to be. Okay. Two just fell out and we have this one here. Someone said both of my exes were varsity dance team captains. Oh, that's really cool. I wasn't on a dance team. I was a ballerina. And the eating disorder culture in ballet is the original. That's that original eating disorder culture. I just looked up and saw I once chatted with an Italian. That was fun. Period. I bet it was. Okay, so I have a hit packed and ready. Let me look at these real quick. Period. Okay, exactly. Okay, let's take a hit really quick, and then we're going to go through these cards. If you're just joining us, this whole thing is a smoke with me. We are smoking weed. I have my gravity bong, student glass. I know it looks dirty as fuck. The water is clean. The glass is dirty. If I get a little mold sickness, let me die or let me live, regardless. And then inside it, I have some mist grass and some green dragon. My husband's so cute. I just made eye contact with him. And now I'm like, what was I saying? Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and take a hit and elaborate on today's reading. So if you're just joining, our reading is based on I'm funny and calm. This is your mantra, your intention, your affirmation for the day. And I have this cute fucking pink torch. Doug Taylor. Oh my gosh, Doug Taylor, thank you so much for saying that. Thank you. I was honestly sitting here like, was that way too much? Like, was that crazy as fuck? Thank you for saying that. Someone said, please repent from this witchcraft. No! Someone said, that thing is huge, such a tiny flame. I know, guys. Look, I got little lungs, okay? I have weak little lungs. Let me read this one comment that just had me dying. Leo, let me guess. So I'm a Leo rising. So I'm a Libra sun, Aquarius moon, Leo rising. I don't know too much about astrology, so you tell me about myself. I only know about like the main shit about my big three. And from what I've been told, that fits me apparently really well. When I tell people that's my big three, they're like, yeah, I see it. So I've gotten mixed reviews, but every time I say it, people are like, that makes sense. Yeah. But I do, from what I've read about my big three, I really like them. They're very cool. All right, let's get into these fucking cards because they were super on brand. I'm going to save this one for last. So let's start with, are you lazy and stuck, or are you simply in need of inspiration and belief in yourself? Reframe your mindset, ho. Are you in need of inspiration, or are you also just like on your fucking period? Day one, bitch. Day one of my goddamn fucking period. And you know what that means? Every plan I've ever had is fucked. Like, we're not doing it. It's all messed up. So, also it could obviously be like, do you need more inspiration or belief in yourself? We also talked a little bit about creativity the other day, but I don't mean like sit down and color a picture. Although I only like coloring pictures if the picture is already made for me. Like, and I'm just like coloring it in and it's very simple. For example, my friend Mariah and I do this thing where she colors half of a picture. She's in the chat actually. I think she still is. Where she colors half of a picture and then I color the other half. That's totally fine. That I like doing that as a way to decompress when I like want to watch a TV show. But if I need to get my creativity back, I mean like I need to do some shit that's gonna like refuel me. I need to take an edible. I need to put on some music. I need to put on a fucking outfit that feels good. And I need to jump on my pole. And I need to just freestyle on my pole a little bit. And move like your sacral chakra around. Move the womb space. Now I'm not gonna do that now because I'm on my period. So that's why, for me, I think this is saying, like, you're not lazy, or you're just on day one of your period. Chill the fuck out. You said you're on day three. Day three is either, like, fucking horrible or finally some relief. Which one are you on for your day three? Whoever just said that, the comment already went away. Now, this says it's okay to ask for help, literally in the 3D world and spiritually with your 5D connection. Yeah, I think this is just, like, on a per person situation. And obviously both apply to all of us, but in my opinion, it's giving more mental, which I don't even know if that's like 3D or 5D. Could it be 4D? What is 4D? Someone let me fucking know. I feel like we talked about this earlier with the to-do list. If your goal today is just to be calm and to be funny, and you're like, you're right, I wasn't really feeling great and I feel like some rest would do me some good. And then you're watching my video and you're agreeing with me, but then also at the same time, you're writing a fucking to-do list of what you're going to do as soon as this is done. And then once this is done, you're going to probably start your to-do list. But if you're like me, then you have trouble going from like transitioning from one task to the next. So then it's going to take you 20 fucking minutes. And then you're like, oh, I don't even feel like doing it. And I'm such a lazy fuck. Fuck the to-do list. Yeah, goodbye. Exactly. It's okay to ask for help in the 3D world, 5D, but also in your head to just be like, hey, I need to give myself a fucking break. You sometimes need to chill the fuck out and tell yourself it's not that deep. I know I need to do that as well. I still need to do a bunch of fucking laundry. Like, I mean, every piece of clothing that we've ever fucking owned basically was washed, plus bedding. And I need to put that shit away. And I was going to wake up early, put it away. And then I was going to do our live stream and then go to my acupuncture and then come back and watch the Hannah Montana 20th special. But instead, I woke up early, said, I have really bad cramps, I don't feel well, started my period, went back to sleep, and woke up just in time to do this. And I'm not going to get mad at myself and punish myself for that. That's going to have to be just fucking fine. Because this says, well, okay, guys. Okay, I'm not trying to, like, make the mood, like, crazy, but this says, love and light is toxic. It only benefits the oppressor. Take a stand. And this does not have to mean, like, on a really big scale. I literally think it also means, like, right now, like, don't benefit the oppressor. The oppressor is that shadow self of you that's like, you're not worthy of rest. You're not allowed to take this rest right now or this nap or like take a day off. Look at the state of the economy. How can you afford fucking anything? Or look at what's going on in the world. Like everyone is suffering. So like you should be grateful that your friends want to hang out with you. Like go fucking do something. It's okay. That's like all, like those thoughts, like I said, I think a lot of this is internal. So we're going to just pretend that the 40 is your mind. Okay. So this is asking for help in your head to yourself. Don't only benefit the oppressor. Like, I think you really need to, like, stand the fuck up for yourself in the situation to yourself and just decide, like, I'm not going to put pressure on myself to overcompensate. I'm not going to get mad at myself if I don't do 100 things. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to crumble up this fucking to-do list. I'm going to rip it up and throw it in the trash. It's okay if you don't. You can actually just rewrite tomorrow on top of it. That's what I do, and then I don't feel bad. Let's take a hit. I just dropped some wisdom on you about that to-do list hack, by the way. Just change the date on top. Boom. Do no harm, take no shit. Exactly. I couldn't do shit with cramps. I couldn't even think. I wanted to cry like a demon. No, exactly. Exactly. And yes, Mariah, I just saw your thing about Hannah Montana. Yeah, it came out at midnight, like Pacific Standard Time. Bitch, why aren't we watching together? The fuck? Because I'm a mess, obviously. Obviously, like I just said, but you're so right. Also, I saw your text messages. I just haven't opened any text messages. Like I didn't read them. I saw they came in. I have not opened anyone's messages. I'm sorry, Queen. Where is the bakery? What does that mean? Did I say something about baking? Oh, no, awake and bake. Like weed, guys. I try so hard to not cough in your faces. Someone said, I know you hate coffee because your body is tea. That was funny as fuck. That was so funny. I don't hate coffee, but my body does actually. Like, my reproductive system hates it. So, I can't have it anymore. It gives me really bad acne and really bad cramps. And really bad anxiety. And then I just, like, don't eat all day. Not because I'm, like... I mean, it could be eating disorder stuff, but I think I honestly just don't notice the hunger cue for some reason when I have caffeine. I don't know. Ayo, about to dab some live resin. Yes! Oh my gosh! I've never had CHS. I actually don't know anyone in real life who has. And the only people I know who have like said they had it have barely smoked weed in their life. They literally smoked it like 4 times in 1 month. And then they were like in their whole life. And they were like, I had to stop. I got CHS. I was like, that's fucking crazy. But I've never actually met anyone who really... I know it's real. So I'm not dabbing right now, but if you're dabbing, let me know what you like to dab. Because also, I'll say I don't really have like favorite dab companies that I like. As long as it's rosin, it's fine. But like, I'm really not sure what brands for dabs that I'm into. Nothing has really impressed me like that crazy much. 710 Labs is pretty good, but I don't know. And then guys, make sure that you have some hot water with you. It's super good for your gut in general. Oop, I always know when the stream is going to be over because it's like whenever I run out of weed. And so we have like, after this hit, we have maybe one, maybe two after this. Someone wanted to see my chest tattoo. I love high terps. Yeah, I like OG flavors, but I like new flavors too. Well, here's the thing. Flavors, I don't know. I don't know if you meant flavors or strains, but I can't really smell or taste that much. I had COVID a few years ago, and I was always like, when people said they lost their taste or their smell, I was like, that has to be the worst thing in the world, and you probably feel so like, I don't know, like so out of your body every day. And then it happened to me. I didn't think it would happen, but it fucking did. And so basically, I can't smell anything for more than 1 second, which is dangerous because if something's like burning and I don't smell it right away, or I don't register what it is, I really can't smell it after that. And when I do smell it, it's not even strong. I've been known to put on way too much perfume because I can't really smell it. And I can taste things better now, but only for a second. Oh, my tattoo somebody wanted to see. Yeah. I'm getting it finished like next month. I'm getting it finished. Someone said, do you do paid personal readings? I never have. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and act like I have like experience that I don't have, like, or training that I don't have. But I just don't want to, like, I don't know. I've never done that. So you would have to be very aware of the fact that you're working with someone who is only like a psychic for themselves and who's only done it for themselves. I'm originally from Cincinnati, for those who are asking, but right now I live in Central Cali. And if you're just joining us, we are smoking weed. I have my student glass Gravitron, I say. That was my old one. I have my student glass gravity bong right here. Inside, I have some Miss Grass and some Green Dragon. I don't know. Is that a camera? I don't know what you mean. Gravitron is your favorite transformer. That's so funny. I did not know it was a transformer. Gravitron is also the original gravity bong that I used to have. No way you're watching from Ohio and moving to the Bay next year. That's crazy because I'm from Cincinnati and I used to live in Oakland. What's funny is a lot of people tried to be like, you're moving to Oakland? No one in Cincinnati like really said this to me. But like some of my friends from like other states who I had met like in college or something, oh my God, you're moving to Oakland? Are you so scared? And I was like, not really. I've never gone anywhere and been scared. I'm from Cincinnati. I'm from Price Hill. It's fine. And then I moved to Oakland and I was like, if you're from Cincinnati or Price Hill, it's not that deep. Also, like, if you have street smarts, yeah, why would I? If people act like, oh my God, look, there's an active shooting happening like 10 streets away. And so I just went and walked right in the middle of it and I got shot. It's so unsafe. Well, bitch. Well, I mean, bitch. Take a hit. I'm talking all that shit, except when I came home recently to Cincinnati and my husband and I were driving back from a wedding in the middle of the night and we got stuck on a street and there was like there wasn't a shootout like happening, but the way the cars were set up, they were beefing with each other and we got caught in the middle of it and I did have a panic attack. West side over east side Cincy, but of course. I'm in Cleveland. I think I can handle it. Yeah, period. I danced for, there's like this guy named Jake Miller. I don't know his music, but he's pretty famous apparently. I don't know if he's like, he's known, okay? But I don't know his music. But I danced for this girl named Kendall Park. She opened for him. And we were performing at House of Blues in Cleveland. And all I remember was the downtown was very fucking cute. Very fucking cute. And also, I'm just like very embarrassed because I was taking a lot of videos because it was like baby's first backup dancing experience. Like I was 19. It was my first like kind of big gig. And I was just like, you know, a bitch had a little bit of confidence that she never had before. Okay? Someone said, Price Hill is trash. Well, obviously, but I mean, the character. But anyway, I was just like really confident. And I was so excited. And everywhere we went when we got off stage, people were like screaming for us. And I was like, oh my God, they're like our fans. Mind you, I wasn't actually the singer, I was the backup dancer. They weren't screaming for me, they were screaming for Kendall. Of course they were. But I didn't really notice or care. I pulled out my phone and I like put it like a selfie mode, but like the audience behind me. And Kendall's like right next to me. And she like waves too into the camera. The audience goes fucking crazy. And I'm like, thank you guys. And I posted that shit on my main grid on Instagram. Like probably like 10 times that year. I'm so embarrassed. Hey, it is what it is though. I did do that. A bitch was so happy. I was like, and this is what I was born to do. Her name's Kendall Park. I know her name is Kendall Park. I don't know if she just goes by Kendall or Kendall Park, but she's she's this cute little brunette baddie. She's a pop singer. She's originally from Cincinnati, and yeah, I just met her doing her gig. Like she just hired me to do her gig, and it was just very funny because I don't think they were going crazy for the backup dancer. I'll say that. Maybe they were. You never know, bitch. Oh. And then if you're just joining us, we are elaborating on our original card, which was, where is it? I'm funny and calm. That's your daily affirmation, mantra, intention. We basically just determined that, like, the only thing keeping you from being funny and calm today was yourself. The only thing keeping you from actually resting and chilling the fuck out was yourself, like your brain, your mental. Backup dancers do have to carry the vibe, guys. No, and like I love that. I'm reading the comments, sorry. It was just so funny. I look back at that video and I'm like, you've been using It's Funny and Calm, or I'm Funny and Calm and It's Life Changing. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I use it all the time. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, and this is a really good, like, kind of, I think it's kind of trying to wrap up the message, which is good because I have, like, 2 hits left anyway. But this says, if it feels scary, it's fear-based, if it feels scary and fear-based, it's anxiety. Or if it feels true in your bones, then it's probably your intuitive powers and intuition in general. This says, baby, how's your health? Check in for me, please, and ask your guides, angels, and highest self for guidance. Advice is just a moment away. Tap the fuck in. Bitch, I feel like I've been saying all this. I feel like we've just been talking about this. And I love it. And I just love when, like, it reiterates back to me, like, what I've been saying. Because I'm like, no, and I am psychic, bitch. No, and I am. No, and they were here for me as a backup dancer. They actually all came to just see the backup dancers. You're completely right. But anyway, if it feels scary, then it's probably just anxiety. And if it feels true in your bones, then it's intuition. Even if you don't like it or even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, it can still be intuition, right? We've been saying the only thing holding you back, especially today, was yourself. So you were putting too many expectations on yourself when the vibe isn't there, the like physical vibe is not there. Spiders, the alchemy. I know I said your name wrong. That's embarrassing, but I'm so glad to hear that the message is resonating. Anyway, I feel like you're the only one holding yourself back right now. It's like a mental thing. Like I said, you're watching this and you're agreeing with me. Like you're like, oh yeah, no, she's so right. Like I need to just kind of chill the fuck out today. I'm funny and calm. That's all I need to focus on while you're writing that goddamn to-do list and while you're planning 100 things that you have to finish today. No, bitch. No. Let's take a hit. My dog is passed out on the couch right next to me. It's so fucking cute. Nice tat 3. I don't know what that means. Just curious if you have other content. I have videos on this channel, like just actual pre-recorded video format, videos about topics that are like more pre-planned out. It's more precise, like really to the point, less chitter chatter type vibe. I have a TikTok and an Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams. I have like a lot of Instagrams. But the ones that I will share with you guys are Danny Liz Watson, Awake and Bake with Danny, and DW Diaries. Those are my like main page, Awake and Bake page, art page. TikTok's Danny B. Watson or Danny Liz Watson. That's about it, I guess. I need to take one more hit before we go, and then I am gonna have to go because I have acupuncture at 2:30. If you've ever done acupuncture, tell me what is this okay to wear? Is this okay to wear? I Googled what do you wear to acupuncture, and it said they mostly work on your arms, like elbow down, knee down, and then like chest and area up here. So I feel like, and then stomach too. So they said wear something you can just like roll up if you need to. So I feel like these are sweatpants shorts, so they can still like, you know. You know what I mean? Is this okay? I feel like this is okay. I've never gone though, I don't know. Mystical Linnea 555, thank you. Bye, Doug Taylor. Thank you so much for being here. Why is awakening painful? Honestly, it's painful because it's like you have to break through everything that you thought was true once. In my opinion, it's because like it's like shattering everything you thought to be true and realizing it was all wrong, which fucking sucks. That's fucking painful. And then also, it's kind of like you have to let go of everything that doesn't serve you and that isn't aligned with your higher self that you're moving on to. So if you're having an actual awakening, that means a lot of shit. Whoever just sent that, it went away. Oh, Reaper Void, thank you so much. Whoever just sent that, sorry. If you're trying to rise up on your spiritual journey, you can't take the things, people, or like situations you are in with you that don't align with it, which sucks. And if you're having a true spiritual awakening, that's probably going to be most of the things in your life because it's all new to you. Finding your videos help me bypassing. That's so cool. Spider's Eye Alchemy. Thank you for correcting me. LOL. Oh my god. Yes, this is Bud. Yes. This is my little torch. I'm so excited for, if you guys, oh my god, sorry, I keep brushing my hair, but this is my like favorite stim. I don't hookah. I try not to do anything that's like not like weed, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't like smoke a lot of stuff unless it's like cannabis. But when I was in high school, I did hookah like all the time. I would go to the hookah bar and there's one in Clifton. I don't remember what it's called. But the dude would let us in even though we were 16 and we would just like sit there and smoke hookah. I thought I was the coolest bitch. I would do my homework there at the fucking hookah bar. I don't do shrooms right now. I can't with the medicine that I'm on, but I love shrooms. And I'm taking my last hit from my gravity bong, my student glass. It's like the big boy. I know it looks dirty as fuck. The glass is dirty, the water's clean. So, is it dirty? Yes, but it's not as dirty as it could be. Someone said, you like my tattoos? Do they mean anything? They do. A lot of them mean a lot of stuff, and a lot of them are just like my personality kind of embodied. Awesome. Okay, I think that's all I have time for today because I do have to get ready for my appointment, which is super soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, go ahead and like, you don't have to comment on the live, but I'm going to repost this. Feel free to, on there, just comment and let me know what topics you might want to see next for a live if you personally are like, hey, could you do a reading on this topic? Or could you do a reading on like the energy of this season, etc. Whatever it is, go ahead and feel free to comment. With that being said, please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.